Hey guys, Happy New Year. It's the 1st of January 2022 and we're going to start the year off right by brewing us a big batch of beer. Okay, so we are going to be brewing the Proof of Concept by Harrison's Brewery. It's not an overcomplicated brew day, only one lot of hop additions towards the end of the boil. I think it's the last 5 minutes or so. The malt bill, pretty easy, pale malt and a bit of Cara, so again nothing too complicated, not expecting any stuck mashes or anything like that based off of the grain bill. Thing that is going to be most interesting is, as I say, it's going to be a big batch of beer, so we're going for filling up 2 kegs rather than the standard one. I proved the concept last year with regards to the volume that I can boil off at in my boil kettle, so you know, I'm able to do it and I want to do it. You know, I've got the big old fermenters as well just for this purpose. I've got a little bit of a plan. I'm just going to fill up 2 kegs and you know, leave it at that. I've got a little idea going on up here, but in any case, let's get started. I've got to get the HLT on, I've got to get the grains measured out. It's still, you know, morning of 1st of Jan, but let's not let this drag out into an evening brew. Let's get started. So it's at this point that I was just a bit of a plonker and forgot to turn the mic on. Funnily enough, I'd done the same when I was trying to do this voiceover a number of times. But yeah, so the mash-in went fine, hit all the temps I needed. We've got 64 degrees in most parts of the mash tun, so that's all good. I think I was also just calling out in certain parts, depending on how I edit the actual video clip, that sorry about the shaky cam footage. I didn't really want to position the camera on the tripod right over the mash tun like I did in the last Brewday video. It was a little bit precarious, and yeah, so but don't worry, I've made some other investments, so hopefully the quality in the video and the angles and bits and pieces will be better in the future. So we're just about to start sparging. Yeah, funnily enough, I forget to turn on the mic later, so you'll get to hear my lovely voice then as well. Right then, just finished sparging. I've sissied out a little bit. I've only done 46 litres rather than the 48. It just looks so close, and I know that when this gets up to a boil, it is going to give it a little bit of juice. So yeah, call me a wuss if you want, but thought it for the best. I've just done a little bit of recirculation, and let's take a little reading. Now, all of my readings previously have been showing up really quite high, and I'm guessing that's because I've been taking from the most sugar-rich part of the wort. So we're just gonna get a little bit on here. Now, what we're aiming for is 1035. We're at 1046. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let's. Have we ever been able to do this? Anyway, about 1046 is what I'm getting from that. So that's much more efficient than I was expecting. Now, that may have been due to so halfway through the sparge, I actually done something that I don't normally do, but I stopped. I actually then mixed the mash again, just really circulated, make sure that we got all of the waters kind of. Sometimes I'm concerned that when I sparge too fast, that the water's rinsing through without actually collecting the sugar. So I thought halfway through, stop, give it a mix, and then let it settle, and then carry on. Maybe that's made the difference of that extra, roughly 10 points. So, you know, whatever works. I'm sticking it on to boil now. It doesn't normally take too long to get up. Well, considering I've never done an actual beer at this volume, I'd like to think it shouldn't take too long based off of our previous investigation, but we will see. Yeah, let's have a look and see how this goes. Let's just get you one more. Lovely jubbly. So we're just about to add, so this is a 10-minute addition. We've got Simcoe and Columbus in here, as well as a, what's it called, tablet. We do have a 5-minute addition as well. I thought it was all in one go, but it's split out over the two. So let's just get that in. Back in 5. Yep, shut up. And here we have the 5-minute addition. So in here we've got some Amarillo, Citra and Mosaic. So now, I've not bothered with the hop spider because, to be honest, I can never get it quite clean enough. So I always tend to use the hop spider instead as a bit of a filter when I'm doing a clean out of the kit, so it catches any clumps later on. Works for that, but don't find it being the best thing. So yeah, we've got a lovely bit of hot protein sitting on top, but I think that's looking pretty damn tasty. So we've got 5 minutes left, then we're going to be cooling it off to get it over into the fermenter. Right, while we're just waiting on the last 5 minutes of the boil, I thought I'd just discuss what we're doing this time with regards to the fermenting. Not exactly fermenting under pressure, but kind of. I've actually, so I watched Brian from Short Circuit Brewers channel the other day, and he was saying about how much CO2 you can actually generate out of one of these when you're doing a larger batch of beer. So he reckons you could actually fill up potentially 2 corny kegs with CO2. So that's pretty much exactly what I'm planning on doing. I've got this corny keg down here filled up with Star San. I've got this one that's currently empty, but it's been nice and cleaned. And what we're going to do is we're going to run a gas line off of the Zilla to push the push the Star San into the other keg, and then from there we'll have a nice clean keg ready for kegging later on, once the fermentation's all done. And the only thing I'm trying to work out is at what stage, do I pressurise from here once all of the liquid's gone in here, or do I just let it flow out? I'm a little bit, but all in all, shouldn't be that big a deal. I'm effectively at the moment going to have this starting off as open while the transfer starts going across. But yeah, should be interesting. First time giving it a go. So worst case scenario, we're not fermenting under pressure because everything just goes out at the end. Best case scenario, I get a couple of, or at least 1 keg of CO2, and 1 keg of Star San, and then this will all be pressurised as well. So we'll see how that goes. How long do we have left? We've got 54 seconds left on the boil, so let's turn it off in a sec and then get to cooling off. And we're back to forgetting to turn on our microphone. So this is pretty much just the end of the video. I'm just doing my final readings as the kettle's now cooling down. Again, just doing a refractometer reading. Refractometer reading is reading at about 1050, which I keep on saying is about 10 points higher than the intended 1040 after the boil. I do go on to do a hydrometer reading, and it's also at this point that I show off my fancy new hydrometer that's got the slightly it's a shorter range with regards to the points it goes between, but it's a lot clearer to read, and yeah, I'm actually much prefer it because the eyesight's not all that great. But on the hydrometer reading, it comes out at 1046, so that's the variation obviously between hydrometer and refractometer. So what I'll do is I'll make a note of those 4 points, and in the future do the same again and get a calibration between hydrometer and refractometer, so that I know what the actual sugar content is in the future. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll do some follow-up videos regarding the dry hopping and fermenting under pressure. You guys take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.